red zone as we move the ball again. Still haven't been any punts in the game by either side. And the Dogs trying to punch one here and cut into that 9-point deficit. Now we're moving to our right. McCray, the single setback. Stockton under center. Turns, stretch, handoff. McCray runs straight, nothing there. Runs to the right, stiff arms the man. They drive him out of bounds along the line of scrimmage. May have lost a yard at the 20 on this near sideline. Andrew Jones and Gushikin with the stop for the Ole Miss defense. They say no gain on the play. It's going to be 3rd and short. Give it to McCray again. He's hitting the backfield, but he just keeps driving. He gets the first down, moves the pile. The linemen jump in and go for a little extra push. And the Dogs get a couple of yards or so. There's a flag now, too. Check that at the line of scrimmage. There's one in the end zone, one on the line of scrimmage at the 20 on the far side of the field.
Defense, 5-yard penalty in the previous spot. The result of the foul is a first down.
So they'll get the first down via the penalty, as you heard referee Daniel Gautreau. 14 and a half minutes remaining, 14:31 to be exact, and the penalty will move the Bulldogs inside the 15-yard line, down to almost the 13.
One-on-one coverage up top with Noah Thomas in the corner.
And Frazier in the backfield. And Branch in motion, but give it to Nate straight ahead. He cuts it left guard down the hash, and he's tripped up at the 6-yard line. He had a full head of steam. And Frazier knocked down around the 6.5 maybe. It'll be 2nd and 3.
Playside linebacker made a touchdown-saving tackle for Ole Miss there. Nate Frazier, as you said, Scott, had a full head of steam headed toward that east end zone.
Got 7 on the run. Here's Stockton now inside the 10 in the shotgun. Give it to Nate. Fake it to Nate. Keep it. Gunner's got the ball tucked in his right arm. He runs to the right. He slams on the brakes, tries to cut back outside the numbers at the 5, and tucks inside for another yard to the 4. That's 2 or 3 the hard way, but he got a first down on that run. He didn't get a lot, but he got what he needed. And the Dogs are goal to go inside the Ole Miss 5 at the 3.5. Georgia trails 35-26, trying to change that here on this possession. 2 tight ends to the right. Stockton under center. Drew Bobo ready to snap. Man in motion is Bell. Play fake on the pitch. Will throw it out. Wide open. Frazier left flat. He catches it at the 2 and 3 steps into the end zone. Touchdown, Georgia.
Scott, great protection up front that allowed that double move to be able to take place. Ultimately, nowhere to throw the ball in the end zone. But you check down your safety valve, Nate Frazier, wide open for the Dogs in that northeast corner of the field.
One of the Ole Miss defenders tried to close out late, but it was too late as Frazier caught the ball around the 2 or 3, and it was easy 2 or 3 steps into the corner of the end zone for a touchdown. With 12:56 remaining, the Dogs draw closer. We'll try the point after, try to make it a 2-point game again. Peyton Woodring will handle the kicking duties. Snap back, hold, kick, up and good. 35-33 is our new score. That Georgia touchdown brought to you by Conecuh Sausage, the official smoked sausage of the Georgia Bulldogs. Timeout, Sanford Stadium. Dogs have revved it up again. It's 35-32. Georgia trails by 2, but we got plenty of time remaining, so come on back. Our second half today brought to you by First Franklin Financial, serving our neighbors.
Corners lined up just a yard across the line of scrimmage across the receivers.
Empty set for Chambliss. Motion man to the right. Chambliss sets up and throws. He has the tight end running down the field, but he misses it, throws it behind him on a short hop. He had big Daquan Wright. It didn't have anybody in his radius for about 4 or 5 yards, but Chambliss couldn't hit him. Incomplete downfield. It's 2nd and 10 for the Rebels.
Gabe Harris was causing pressure in the backfield and the peripheral vision of Chambliss.
They put Lacey in the backfield now on 2nd and 10 from the 25. Rebels snap it. Chambliss quick throw. Pass batted down at the line of scrimmage. Back down to the ground. Was that McLeod that got it? Yeah, big Xavier McLeod pawed it down from the line of scrimmage. A deflected pass. And now it's 3rd and 10. And they're in the noisy end of the stadium. How about that in the 4th quarter? 3rd and 10, 12:49 clock stopped here in the fourth. Ole Miss with a 2-point lead. 3rd down play. Chambliss drops way back to the 12. Now running, and he will throw on the run, and it's broken up, incomplete at the 25. Tried to get it to Stribling, who had a big, long 75-yard touchdown pass earlier in the game. Not there, though. Dogs hold on 3rd down. We're going to have our first punt of the game by either side. You did talk it into existence. I did
speak it into existence, and we're going to get a punt, and we're going to get a punt after a 3-and-out. Great job by the Dogs on defense there.
Stadium rocking now. Here's Oscar Bird from Australia to punt it away. Long, high kick taken by Branch on a fair catch. He bends down at the 34-yard line, catches that ball. The Dogs will have it. They'll put him on the 33-yard line. 42-yard punt, no return. Dogs football on our 33.
Well, and Scott, because we've started every offensive drive after a score, this is the best starting field position of the day for this Georgia offense. Just down by 2. They haven't stopped us all day long either. Let's not return the favor. Let's go put this in for 6, boys.
We finally got a service break. Now let's see if we can take advantage of it. 12:37 to play. 35-33. Ole Miss leads Georgia. And we flip it to Bell on a reverse, running this way with Delp blocking. Bell makes a man miss to the 40-45. They grab at his hips, pull him down at the 50-yard line. Quick 17-yard gain. Big first down. Dylan Bell all the way to midfield. Eccles is the guy that had to chase him downfield. One of their big defensive linemen. He might be winded after that.
Delp downfield blocking also, too. Right tackle, big Ernest Green downfield blocking for Dylan Bell on that end around.
4 receivers in the formation, 2 to each side. Frazier in the backfield with Stockton. They work out of the shotgun from the 50-yard line. Snap it back. Gunner looks left, now over the middle, and throws and hits Delp at the 45. He is tackled right there where he catches it and falls forward to the 44. Andrew Jones, a Grambling transfer, made the tackle, a senior linebacker. 6-yard pickup for the Dogs to the Ole Miss 44-yard line. Second down and 4.
Middle intermediate pass game been on point today for the Dogs offensively.
Frazier in the backfield with Stockton to his left. They motion in Bell tight to the right and hand it to Nate Frazier. A jump cut at left tackle and positive territory for Nate Frazier as he drives inside the 40-yard line down close to the 36 before he's stopped by Franklin and Williams, the defensive end and the linebacker. It was one jump cut for Nate Frazier, and he had a few more yards down to the 35-yard line. 1st and 10 Dogs after a 9-yard run. Bowens is in, lone setback in the pistol. They hand it to Chauncey, and Bowens weaves his way to the right, close to the 30, going to be stopped around the 32, stacked up by Cam Franklin, the sophomore defensive end, who's made a lot of tackles for the Ole Miss defense today. Ole Miss defense hands on hips for many of them right now, trying to get a breath. Clock is moving at 10.5, and Georgia's on the move. At the 32-yard line, that was a 3-yard gain for Bowens. 35-33, Ole Miss by 2. Everybody in tight to the left. Fake the stretch handoff. Gunner sets up with all kinds of time. Nothing downfield. Rolls to his right. Now back to the left. He's got a lot of running space. Here goes Gunner to the 30. He tripped up middle of the field, falling ahead to the 25-yard line. He got 7 and a first down. Perkins is the guy that tripped him up. He ran all the way to the right. Nothing was open downfield. He ran back to the left. He just had a wall of blocking, but he cut down inside the hash marks and got 7. Micah Morris with a block to help him get that 7 yards on the left side. Dogs 1st and 10 on the Ole Miss 25. Out of the pistol, hand it to Frazier. Frazier tries to sprint for the left corner, can't get there. Ole Miss gets there first. Andrew Jones, the linebacker, leading the charge. He makes the stop, and Frazier stopped at the 25 for no gain.
Left side of that offensive line, unable to get off their combination blocks up to the second level there. Couldn't get enough on him before the linebacker shot through and got Frazier.
Frazier now 50 yards on 11 carries. Stockton's our leading rusher today, 61 on 9. Frazier stays in the game in the backfield. 2 receivers stacked to the left. Now they bring a man in motion, 1 to the right. That's Branch in motion to the right side. Gunner wants to throw it to Branch. He's open right flat, caught at the 22. Sidesteps a man at the 17. In the air, knocked out of bounds at the 13-yard line. He broke the tackle of Chris Graves, or made him miss, and then Gushikin is the guy that knocked him out of bounds, but it's a first down for the Dogs at the 12. Georgia in the Massey Ferguson red zone. Massey Ferguson, born to farm, built to perform, and the Dogs are performing right now. 1st and 10 at the 12-yard line after a 13-yard pickup. Frazier motions back into the backfield. Now Stockton moves him around to his left. Works out of the shotgun. Handed off to Nate Frazier. He's going to do the work inside, right down the hash. Jump cut inside the 10 and down to the 8. They may put it on the 7-yard line when they unstack everybody, and they do. Down to the 7. 6 more yards for Nate Frazier. Georgia's offense is on the move, trying to take the lead here with less than 8 minutes to go.
Physical wham block from Oscar Delp that time, moving from the left side of Georgia's formation to the right side and taking on the linebacker one-on-one.
Bowen's in the game now in the backfield. Humphrey in motion, lines up to the right behind the tight end Delp. Play fake, Bowens throw it across the goal line in the end zone. Caught, touchdown! Touchdown, Lucky! Lawson Lucky with his 3rd touchdown catch of the day. He beats Sage Ryan, the safety, on a dart by Gunner. And the Dogs have the lead, 39-35 with 7:29 to go.
Good read on the RPO from Gunner. Put it in the running back's belly, but then pulled it out because he saw inside leverage from his big tight end. Lawson Lucky there for his 2nd touchdown of the day. Awesome throw and catch.
Dogs retake the lead for the first time in a while. And here's the extra point from Peyton Woodring to try to make it a 40-35 game. Snap. Hold, kick, good. He remains perfect in his career on extra points. Georgia by 5 with 7:29 to go. It's far from over. 40-35. That 3rd Lawson Lucky touchdown of the afternoon brought to you by Conecuh Sausage, the official smoked sausage of the Georgia Bulldogs. Timeout between the hedges. Second half today brought to you by First Franklin Financial, serving our neighbors since 1941. Dogs 40, Rebels 35 on the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network. Is jumping. Scoreboard says get loud. That's no problem. Everybody on their feet for the most part here in striped out Sanford Stadium. Black, white, and red. From the 25-yard line, Ole Miss has the football. 1st and 10. Chambliss in the shotgun with Lacey to his right. Play fake. Sets up and throws to Lacey in the near flat. Caught at the 21, and we belt him around the 25. He caught it behind the line. Didn't get a whole lot of positive yards. Quintavious Johnson was on duty on that side of the field and made the hit at about the 25 and a half. They'll give him a yard to the 26, 2nd and 9. Ole Miss ready to move again. They trail by 5 with 7 minutes remaining in the game. Shotgun snap. Here it comes. Play fake to Lacey. Sets up. 4-man rush. Throws it to Lacey. And the left flat off his hands and incomplete. He was unguarded. He had a tight end blocking in front of him, but he didn't make the catch behind the line. Just bounced right off his hands into the sideline. Incomplete. It's 3rd and 9.
An incomplete pass. It'll be 3rd down.
Quintavious Johnson had pressure, made Chambliss throw it a little too quick and definitely too hard for that running back.
6:51 remaining. Clock stopped with the incomplete pass. 3rd down and 9. Here comes pressure. Chambliss going deep. One-on-one coverage and incomplete. Around the 50-yard line, Dogs had a man covering DeMello Jones down there deep. They wanted Harrison Wallace on the fly route, but broken up or dropped around the 45 or 50-yard line. And for the 2nd consecutive time, Ole Miss will go 3 and out and have to punt it away.
pocket started to collapse on Chambliss, but also, too, Scott, the emergence of DeMello Jones since the second half of Tennessee, just been a tremendous player for Georgia.
It was Bird to punt it away for the second time for Ole Miss. And Branch lets it bounce. It was right on the sideline, took a right turn and stayed in bounds, and he got about an extra 14-yard on the kick and roll down to the 10, and that's where Ole Miss will down the football. 64 yards with that extra bounce and roll. And the Dogs have it on the 10, and we've got a timeout with 6:32 to go. Can we do what we did at Auburn last week and just grind it out? Back inside the Piedmont Healthcare radio booth here at Sanford Stadium. Georgia with a 5-point lead, 40-35 on 5th-ranked Ole Miss with 6:32 to play. Georgia will start after the punt on our own 10-yard line. Ball's on the near hash. Georgia trying to get it off the goal line there, so to speak, and move to the right. Gunnar Stockton with 4 touchdown passes today. He's perfect in the second half, 10 for 10 on his pass attempts. Frazier's in the backfield, work out of the shotgun, hand it to Nate Frazier. He starts right, cuts back left on the move, pushes it forward right up the hash mark across the 15, almost the 17-yard line. Antonio Kite, a 2-time transfer in the SEC, makes the tackle. Kite, also from Auburn and Alabama, his 3rd SEC school is Ole Miss. Up to the 17-yard line, a gain of 7 for the Bulldogs. 2 receivers on the right side. It's the short side of the field for Gunnar Stockton. Frazier to the right of the quarterback. Out of the shotgun, hand it to Nate again. Finds some daylight at left guard. He just cut right around Drew Bobo between Micah Morris and stuck his nose and his helmet and his face mask all up in there to the 20-yard line, and he gets the first down. He got 3 and a first.
And Ole Miss tried to bring a run blitz right there, but they ran into the Gaston Wall. That joker just absolutely planted that Ole Miss defender.
Chauncey Bowen's in the game, and that is a big wall. It's 6'7" and 360. And it's at right tackle right now for the Dogs. Clock is moving, 5:20. Both teams have all their timeouts remaining. 2 tight ends and a receiver in tight to the left. Out of the pistol, Bowens play fake and blitz pressure by Ole Miss, and they're going to get Stockton for a loss. Xavier Harris came sprinting in. The big senior at 6'8", gets the 2nd sack of the game for Ole Miss. And Stockton down at the 18-yard line, a loss of 2. He almost blew up the play fake. Looked like Gunnar was going to hand it to Bowens, and he kept it, and then that's when he got dropped for a 2-yard loss. So it's 2nd and 12 now. Dogs behind the sticks. Clock still moving. 4:37, 4:36. Dogs snap it. Stockton to throw. 1-on-1, far sideline. And caught! Brilliant catch! Dylan Bell. Who else? Way in Ole Miss territory at the 46-yard line. Ricky Fletcher made the tackle, but he's the guy that got beat. Dylan Bell just toe-tagged him. What a brilliant catch by Dylan.
And another perfect throw from Gunnar. He had Fletcher draped all over Dylan Bell. That's been pass interference on us all day. That should have been pass interference on them, but it didn't matter. Another perfectly thrown football from Gunnar Stockton. Great catch, Dylan Bell.
Huge 37-yard gain. Clock ticks under 4 minutes. Dogs in plus territory on the Ole Miss 46. Single setback is Bowens. Gunnar's gone under center, turns and tosses. A sweep to Bowens. Chauncey to the 40. Jumps over a man on the ground, and they hit him in the air, knock him out of bounds into the Georgia sideline. Around the 36, maybe the 37 on this near side. Jones and Williams make the stop for the Ole Miss Rebels. Clock still running. 3:32-31 on the move, and Georgia's on the move at the Ole Miss 36-yard line. We got 10 right there. Not quite a full 10. It's 2nd down and inches for the Dogs. Georgia takes its time in the huddle. Play clock at 13. We break out. 3 receivers left. Chauncey flip-flops around Stockton in the backfield to his right now. Snap back. He'll throw it to Branch, open, a lot of running room, 35, 32, and they close in nicely. Ole Miss defense. They sprinted to the finish of that play, but Branch gets the first down, and they chase him out of bounds across the way in the Ole Miss sideline at the 31-yard line. He got 5 yards. 8th catch of the game for Zachariah Branch. And Stockton still hasn't missed in the second half.
Well, Gunner just using that play as an extended handoff. When the numbers are like they were, you had more numbers for Georgia offensively to the left side of our formation. Let's just throw it out there and let Branch make a good play.
1st and 10 Dogs on the Ole Miss 31-yard line, leading by 5, trying to secure this thing. Less than 3 minutes to go. We hand it off Frazier. He runs to the right. He makes 2 men miss. He cuts back across the green and dives straight ahead inside the 30, down close to the 25. They're going to bring it back a little bit, though. 27 and a half and a timeout. Ole Miss calls a time before the 2-minute timeout, stopping the clock at 2:16, and the Dogs are on the move. On the 28-yard line, that run officially at 3 yards for Nate Frazier. And Ole Miss stops the clock, and they put 3 seconds back on the clock and leave it at 2 minutes and 19 seconds remaining. Georgia 40, Ole Miss 35.
Scott, we're going to pull back at these numbers once this game's over this week, and I'm going to go back and look and see what was our yardage gain on first down today. I feel like on first down, we have absolutely dominated that down. You just saw it there. A little bitty run, right? Nate Frazier's running to the right, nothing there, slams on the brakes, but gets 3 or 4 yards, which, by the way, on first down, 3 or 4 yards, that's a win. That's what I mean when we say success on first and second down makes third down conversion so easy.
Georgia over 500 total yards in the game, 509. We've rushed for 220 and thrown for 289. Stockton 26 of 31 today for 289 yards passing, 4 touchdowns. 2:19 to go in the game. 2nd and 7 from the 28 for the Dogs. We're going to hand it to Frazier. Frazier at right tackle down the hash, following a lineman into the hole, and he's going to be stopped inside the 25 at the 24. He got almost a full 4 yards.
Ole Miss, it is their second. It will be 32nd.
2 linemen made the tackle that time, Cam Franklin and Jamarius Brown, to stop the clock on the timeout. They put another second back on it, and the clock at 2:14. Ole Miss has 1 timeout remaining, and we'll have a timeout at the 2-minute mark. Georgia trying to secure this thing. They lead by 5, 40-35. Started this possession at the 10-yard line. 9th play of the drive coming up. We've covered 66 yards so far and taken 4:20 off the clock. Georgia did it at Auburn last week. 8 minutes and 45 seconds, tying for the longest drive time-wise in school history. And they punched it in at the end of it with an exclamation point on a 10-yard touchdown run by Gunner Stockton. Trying to do it again tonight. Stockton in the shotgun, actually the pistol now with Frazier behind him. We flip-flop 3 tight ends now. Riddell joins Lucky and Delp on the left side. Hand it off to Frazier. They run that way. He's got blocking. Oh, Ole Miss closes it nicely. And they wrap up Frazier as he cuts through the hole at the 23. That's Andrew Jones. The senior linebacker's had a pretty good game for the Rebels. He's made a lot of tackles.
He's made a lot of tackles just like that. Us not being able to get up on the second level to be able to get that corner pinned. Good job that time by Dontrell Glover pulling around. You just had Jaden Riddell slip off his block a little too soon. And, Scott, you've heard me say this kind of every game this season. You can't run past color, right? You can't run past the opposing team defensively, whether that's your guy to block or not. If he's crossing your face, you got to block him. And the young tight end right there, let him go.
Looked like on the replay, too, that Frazier got to the 23, but they've actually spotted the ball on the 24. I'm not sure that's a great spot. But that brings up 4th down now, 4th and 2 with 2:09 to go. And we send on the field goal unit. So it's a 5-point lead, 3 more here. Well, you could do the math. It would be 8. Ball's on the far hash. Woodring will try a field goal here, kicking to the right. This should be about a 42-yard try. To go up 8 with 2:09 remaining. Woodring has made both of his attempts today, trying to go 3 for 3. 42-yard try. Bo Gardner to snap. Gunner to hold. Peyton to kick. Kick is away towards the uprights. And good! And good! Peyton Woodring with a 42-yarder to put Georgia up 43-35.
Scott, that was a low snap handled well by Gunnar Stockton. That ball was on the ground when it got to Stockton. And the old baseball player in and put that right on the tee just perfectly, even though they're really hitting the tee there. But he put it right on perfect tee for Woodring to hit it.
Good hands from Gunnar Stockton. And with that good kick, the good hands at Allstate will contribute to the Georgia Bulldogs Athletic Scholarship Funds for student athletes across all sports. Thank you to Allstate. 2:06 to go, fourth quarter. Georgia now 43, Ole Miss 35. It's Georgia's largest lead of the game. 8 points, and we'll kick it back to the Rebels here. A reminder that Bulldogs football, brought to you in part by Piedmont Healthcare, offers you exceptional hassle-free care closer to home. Piedmont, the official healthcare provider of UGA Athletics. 10-play drive from our own 10-yard line. 66 yards in 4 minutes and 27 seconds. And Woodring good from 42 yards to put the Dogs up 8. Woodring to kick it away from left to right. And he hits it low and it squibs. A high bounce at the 10 taken by Hartrup. And Hartrup up the numbers and hit as he crosses the 25, or the 20-yard line, up close to the 25, and stopped. Looks like they're going to spot him back around the 23-yard line or so, and we've got a timeout at the 2-minute mark. That was Justin Williams that made the hit on the kick return. I think that's the first one they've tried to return today. We've got a time here in Athens. 2 minutes to go. Georgia leads Ole Miss by 8. It's the Dogs 43, Farms. 2 minutes to go in the game. Georgia with an 8-point lead. The defense is on the field. 1st and 10 Rebels from their own 23-yard line.
Elo Mendoza in to rush the passer for Georgia with some of his first meaningful snaps of the day today.
We got Harris standing upright on the right side. And Mendoza on the left side. Now we shift the lineman. Horton in the middle, and Ole Miss will run it. And they've got a little seam there. Quickly up across the 30-yard line goes Kewan Lacey for a quick burst and a first down up to the 35-yard line, a 12-yard pickup. Clock at 1:50. Ole Miss has no timeouts remaining. Chambliss to throw over the middle. Low, can't scoop it up. The tight end, Daquan Wright. He tumbled to the turf at the Georgia 49, trying to bend over and scoop it off the grass. Couldn't get it. Incomplete. 2nd down and 10. Clock stops with 1:44 to go. 2nd and 10 for the Rebels on their own 35-yard line. Georgia with an 8-point lead, trying to hang on here. Chambliss in the shotgun, one back to his left in the backfield. They snap it back. Chambliss with a 4-man rush. One guy falls at his feet. That was Harris. He turns and spins, rolls out of the pocket, throws it into the sideline, incomplete on the far side of the field. Gabe Harris almost got him and stumbled at his feet. Chambliss was able to roll away from that, but he backpedaled way inside the 20 to throw it, and he tossed it incomplete, trying to find Deuce Alexander on the sideline. He was not successful. It's 3rd and 10 for the Rebels. Josh Horton had good pressure on the other side on the pass rush. Noise is loud on the east end of the field. Dogs moving around on defense. Mendoza now lined up on the right side. 3rd and 10. Chambliss drops back. Pressure closing in on the pocket. Oh, almost intercepted on the throw over the middle up the hash. Dalen Everett had it hit him in the hands, and he dropped it at the 48. Trying to go again to Deuce Alexander.
Scott, Georgia made an adjustment defensively, went man coverage right there. They've been in zone all day long to stop the big play of Ole Miss, but they went man coverage there. That definitely confused the young quarterback.
Here's match point number 1. This is the ball game if Ole Miss doesn't convert. 4th and 10 from their own 35-yard line. Snap back. Chambliss to throw. Pass is batted up in the air. Incomplete. Horton knocked it down at the line of scrimmage. Dogs are going to win the game. Big Josh Horton is framed 6'4" and 305. The arms extended. He's celebrating with Jordan Hall right now. A little chest bumping going on the field. They knocked it down. Ole Miss denied again. Their last 3 possessions, they went 3 and out, and turnover on downs. 1:28 remains. They've got no timeouts and no way to stop the clock. And the Dogs just have to take a beautiful knee and win the game.
And, Scott, there's been our quarterback pressure we've been asking for all season long. The last 3 offensive possessions for Ole Miss. Georgia just in the backfield in Chambliss's face.
Gunner takes the snap, takes the knee, and the countdown begins. Well, Kirby wasn't too far off the mark at halftime. We start playing in the second half. Well, certainly the defense showed up in the fourth quarter. Georgia outscoring Ole Miss in the fourth 17-0 and giving up virtually nothing to the Ole Miss offense, which had its way with Georgia for most of the game, just possession after possession, touchdown after touchdown. But the Dogs are going to win the game tonight. Less than a minute to go. The Dogs will take another knee here. Let the clock run down a little bit more, and then one more snap will do it. Ole Miss can't stop the clock. They snap it to Gunner. 42 seconds remaining. We need to snap it one more time. Don't run on the field yet. One more time. Clock at 35. We snap it once again, and that will be it. And Georgia will improve to 6-1 and 4-1 in the SEC. There's the snap, there's the knee, and there's the game. Georgia will win, knocking off 5th-ranked Ole Miss as the former colleagues and friends Lane Kiffin and Kirby Smart meet at the middle of the field, surrounded by bodies right now and cameras and microphones and Georgia State patrolmen. And the clock hits 0, and Georgia is a winner tonight, 43-35. They knock off the number 5 team in the country. Kirby Smart's teams now 8-0 on their home field against top 10 competition. Dogs a winner, 43-35. Ole Miss with the loss, their first of the season. They're now 6-1 and 3-1 in the SEC. Georgia is off next Saturday to get ready for the Florida Gators in Jacksonville in 2 weeks. Final score from Athens tonight, and it's a sweet one. Georgia 43, Ole Miss 35. Stay tuned. Our post-game coverage is straight ahead on the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network.
Hi, I'm Gunner Stockton, quarterback of the Georgia Bulldogs.
And I'm Ken Nugent, proud sponsor of the Georgia Bulldogs and Georgia's favorite personal injury attorney.
This season, Ken and I are teaming up to make our touchdowns count even more.
That's right. For every touchdown the Dogs score this year, I'm donating $200 to the Boys and Girls Club here in Athens.
It's about giving back to the kids in our community, and that's something we can all cheer for.
And remember, big hits don't only happen between the hedges.
May I? One call, that's all.
Hey, that was pretty good. One call, that's all.
It takes hard work to be the best in the game. Planning, commitment, resilience, sweat. That's why Old Dominion Freight Line, the #1 national LTL carrier for quality, works hard to be the best in the game and is proud to support those striving to be the best in theirs. Old Dominion Freight Line, official freight carrier of Georgia Athletics, helping the world keep promises.
This is the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network.
When the Dogs are bringing the thunder on the field, make sure your roof can handle it off the field. Roof. Arc Roofing, the trusted roofer of Bulldog Nation, has your home covered from kickoff to final whistle. Whether it's leaks, damage, or a full roof replacement, we bring championship level service every time. Find us on Facebook at Arc Roofing and schedule your free estimate today. Arc Roofing, built strong for the Dog fans who never back down. Go Dogs! Whether you're tailgating in Athens or camping under the stars, Campers Inn RV of Byron has you covered. Family owned since 1966, we've got fifth wheels, travel trailers, and motorhomes, including Class A, B, and C models, plus the largest selection of Grand Design, Tiffin motorhomes, and Forest River RVs in Middle Georgia. So Bulldog fans, make your road trips legendary. Visit Campers Inn RV of Byron off exit 149 just east of the interstate. Campers Inn RV, where Dog Nation hits the road.
This is Georgia Bulldogs football on the Superstations.
On
on the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network. Welcome to the Locker Room Report, presented by Regions and the Governor's Office of Highway Safety. Today's show is brought to you in part by Regions. Get the Georgia Bulldogs Regions Visa debit card or prepaid Regions Now card. The Governor's Office of Highway Safety. Drive sober. Don't get pulled over. Hoffman Financial Group, helping build your financial dynasty. And by Hotel Indigo, Athens' only downtown boutique hotel. Now back to the Piedmont Healthcare broadcast booth. Once again, here's Neil Hondo Williamson.
Well, if there was any doubt, you can remove it now. We are alive and kicking, baby, for a playoff spot, for a look in the SEC National Championship game now that Ole Miss has a loss and we have the tiebreaker on them. Whole lot of good stuff there for the Dogs. Whole lot of good stuff as Georgia just manhandles Mississippi here in the second half. Dogs come away 43-35.
Well, beyond the earth, beyond all things that gave us birth, we'll navigate the seas of the sun. If God is throwing dice and Einstein doesn't mind the chance, we'll navigate the seas of the sun. Infinity runs deep, eternity that we can keep. We'll navigate the seas of the sun. Flowers of our souls, purple, blue, and gold refined to navigate the seas of the sun. So we know who we are, even in this frozen waste. We'll navigate the seas of the sun, living in this place, staring into space. We'll find.
Gators, quick throw. Mitchell makes the catch. He breaks away. 30, 25, 20. Veers inside. 10 breaks the tackle. 5 breaks another one. Touchdown!